That's so great.
It's such a thrill. I'm just going to talk. I don't care.
Do it.
Bryan, congratulations.
Thank you.
How did it feel with 6 nominees in the category this year as opposed to others where there have been less?
I actually have never given that a thought. You look at the nominees, and I feel that every one of them was justifiably there. So,
I mean, does it feel better, or is it more knowing you beat more people?
Only if I did it physically. If I physically beat them, then I would feel the joy of that. I see. But no, it's such a. You know, I was just raised to not develop a sense of expectations in a way that it is beyond what should come to a normal life, and I've gone way past that in what to expect, and so I feel humbled and naturally surprised and shocked whenever something great like this happens.
Bryan in the back.
Yes.
Hi, you've been on television for so many years. Now all of a sudden you win 2 Emmys in a row. What's changed?
Opportunity. An actor is really only interested in one thing, and that's opportunity. If you're prepared to present yourself and a character as best you can, then all you really need is opportunity. We as actors don't want necessarily to have someone hand us a job. It's just to allow us to get in the room, and you know, I was allowed to get in the room, and after 30 years as a working actor, and then do Malcolm in the Middle for 7 years, and then now this is just a joy and a dream. That's it.
Bryan, looking at the show, will you get your wife and baby back, and what do you think? What did you think about the final scene of last season?
The final scene of last season was the airplane crash. Is that what you're referring to? It was designed from the very beginning, from episode 1 to episode 13. They knew where they were going. The only people who didn't know where they were going was the cast. So we were nicely surprised every time we opened up a script and read about what we were about to do the next week. It's like your birthday once a week, to be able to read such rich material and know that you're the guy they're asking to portray that. And my wife, well, you know what's so interesting is that this show was predicated on the notion that if my wife in the show found out what I was doing, all bets are lost. It's a game ender. And in this season, she finds out what I'm doing. How she reacts to that, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how she's going to cope or deal with that information, or whether or not we stay together.
We can take 2 more questions.
Bryan, what do you credit the victory to?
I think what every actor should credit victory to, and that's writing. Awards are presented to actors, but without the writing, none of us would be up on stage. And when I first read the pilot of Breaking Bad, I knew that it was a special project, and that Vince Gilligan was some sort of genius, and with nuance and sensitivity. And so to have AMC say carte blanche, do that script and just make it, and have Sony just say, we're going to pay for it. In fact, the president of Sony itself said this is probably the worst idea for a television show ever, is to make a show about a good teacher who turns and becomes a drug dealer. But on the strength of the script and the support of the people at Sony, they decided to make it anyway, and I'm so grateful that they did.
One more question? Nope, all good?
Or none.
Okay. Oh, no, one
Yes.
more right here.
Hi.
Seems to kind of be like a common theme now. I mean, with weeds, you know, remember Louise Parker selling weed, and you know, your character, meth, and then just recently hung, you know, basketball coach turns to prostitution. Why do you think that is? You know, they're all doing it, you know, to support their families, it seems like. Do you think this is like a reflection of the economy, or, you know?
Well, my character at first was going to sell his body to make money for the family, but that didn't work out so well. So I had to do the only thing I did know, and that's chemistry. So I always think that if my character was a mathematician, that I would probably resort to counting cards at a casino or something to make the money. It's circumstantial that he gets involved in the drug trade because it's his milieu, if you would. I think what happens in television now, there's a tremendous need and sophistication from the audiences that will simply demand more insightful, deeply rooted characters that we're seeing on television now. And I think it's true that we are in another golden age of television.
Right. Thank you all
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.